Instead of may I do the Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu माता जी?
माता जी फिर वो
कल
लंबा हो
आपने
जाएगा।
किया
मैं
था नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर जी का एक भी भजन यस्टरडे क्लास में।
माता जी सत्यभामा माता जी सिर्फ एक ही मिनट बोल रहे हैं, तो 1 मिनट में जो होगा वो ही कीजिए, इसलिए उन्होंने
ओके ओके माता जी,
महामंत्र
ओके
बोले।
ओके ओके हाँ हाँ। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
यस माता जी,
हरे
हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू माता जी, हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद,
Okay,
प्रणाम
हरे
टू ऑल डिवोटीज।
Yeah. So today we'll welcome all of you to Chaitanya Bhagavat session. My Dandavat pranams to Guru Maharaj, to Shiksha Guru, to all the assembled devotees. And Shri Shri Radha Giridhari ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki jai. So in this auspicious month of Karthik, as the Deepdan and offerings and glorification of Krishna is going on, we are in this chapter 11, 93rd verse, where we were been discussing about how Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes as he transform as this consciousness becomes like a child and he behaves like a child and stays in the court, lives in the house of Srivas Thakur and Malini Mataji, and we have seen the various pastimes. So let's go ahead. बाल्य भावे नित्यानंद आयरा चरण दारी पारे आई कारे पालायना. In the mood of a child, Nityananda tried to grab Mother Sachi's feet, but she ran away. ए माता नित्यानंद चरित्र आगाध सुकृत बाला दुष्कृत कारयावाध. The characteristics of Nityananda are unfathomable. For pious persons, they are beneficial, and for sinful persons, they create obstacles. So, it is said that, I just heard one thing today morning by His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj. It was very nice about listening about Krishna's topic. Just give me a second, I'll open that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, if we are unable to relish Krishna Katha, then the only remedy is to continue the process of listening repeatedly to such Katha. This is exactly like the person who is suffering from jaundice. जिसको जॉन्डिस होता है, हम उसको क्या देते हैं? शुगर कैंडी देते हैं, शुगर केन जूस पीने बोलते हैं। इनिशियली उसके लिए क्या रहता है? शुगर केन जूस कड़वा लगता है, बहुत कड़वा लगता है, उसको नहीं पिया जाता है, बट उसका रेमेडी नहीं है जॉन्डिस के लिए, और कोई रेमेडी नहीं है मेडिकल साइंस में, तो शुगर केन जूस ही पिलाया जाता है. And this only, this initially what you feel kadva, that will only cure the person of his condition, of his diseased condition of jaundice. Similarly, हरि नाम लेने को बोलते हैं हम नए लोगों को, और हमको भी ऐसा लगता है अरे ये कौन सा एक्सरसाइज दे दिया है कि हमको रोज 16 माला लेना है, हरि नाम लेना है, ध्यान पूर्वक लेना है, मन को भटकने नहीं देना है. एंड इफ वी आर डूइंग जस्ट हरि नाम, हमको खाली केवल नाम लेना है, तो हम इसी में झूंझे रहते हैं. हमारे मन बोलते हैं ना, मन इज फास्टर देन द विंड एंड मन कैन रीच द मून मेनी टाइम्स एंड कम डाउन. अभी किसी ने बोला डोंट थिंक अबाउट पिंक मंकी व्हाइल यू आर चैंटिंग, तो हमारा मन कहाँ जाएगा? उस पिंक मंकी पे ही जाएगा. So the man is so dusht. Unless we try to bring it back to the holy name again and again, the man will not come. Similarly, it is about Krishna Katha also. That initially, if you are not able to relish, the medicine is, it is only repeated. Just a minute, I'm getting. Yes, sorry. So initially, जिस किसी का भी कृष्ण कथा में रुचि नहीं है, बट का उपाय क्या है? बार बार सुनने में ही, बार बार सुनने में ही प्यूरिफिकेशन होगा। बिकॉज हमारे मन में कितने ही जन्मों का शुद्धिकरण होना बाकी है, कितने ही जन्मों का पाप भरा हुआ है कि we have layers and layers of ignorance and avidya and dirt on our heart, and only by repeated hearing that we can purify our heart. So here the things came that the fortunate living entities obtain beneficial results from the characteristics of Nityananda, and unfortunate living entities achieve obstacles in their activities due to their misconceptions. So I thought of telling this because for sinful persons, आप बोलोगे हरि नाम ले लो, दीपदान में आओ, तो आएंगे ही नहीं, नहीं आएंगे. They will have something or the other bahana, and they will not realize that if you do in the Kartik Mass, you do devotee association, you do Bhagavat Katha, you listen to Bhagavat Katha, and you offer one key lab, it benefits you for not this lifetime, but 100 more lifetimes. So it's written in Padma Puran that offering ghee lamp in Kartik, it benefits for 100 lifetimes. And by inviting people who have never come to being a Hindu, they've never come to any ISKCON program, or they've never even known Lord properly, and they don't come. So that is why I'm taking this example. So text 95, Nityananda ninda kare ye papishta jana, Ganga hota hare dekhi kare palayana. Even the Ganges runs away from a person who blasphemes Lord Nityananda. Being unable to realize the actual identity of Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, main Godhead, the many conditioned souls who are bound by the wheel of karma from time immemorial blaspheme him. So yesterday I was having Deepdan at my home. Thursday I also take the Bhagavad Gita class there, but I combined it into the Deepdan explaining the Damodar Ashtakam and other Leelas. So I started with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then explained them that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu appeared in Navadvip, and they gave the Golokera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan to everyone without seeing the caste, creed, what the person, even to a Chandala, Yavana, everybody, the holy name was given. That was the that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Namo Mahavadanyaya. So it is here said that people who don't know Nityananda Prabhu is the supreme, is also the supreme personality of Godhead. But who is Nityananda Prabhu? He is Sankarshan, the first expansion. He is Balram himself. He is the first expansion from Krishna. And then what these people are doing, those people who don't recognize Nityananda Prabhu, they are bound by the wheel of karma for time immemorial, and they also blaspheme him. So उन लोगों का जिन्होंने ये ह्यूमन लाइफ को सार्थक कर, जन्म सार्थक करी, कर परोपकार नहीं कर रहे हैं, उनका क्या होगा? ये काल चक्र में, ये मटेरियल लाइफ के बर्थ, ओल्ड एज, डिजीज, डेथ में ये लोग घूमते रहेंगे और इसका कोई अंत नहीं होगा, unless they get back to their original why we have come here for. They do athato brahma jigyasa, or why am I suffering, or they think that no, I am the control of the current life, I have everything, and I want to enjoy. If this mindset is there, they are never going to get out of their birth and death cycle, or material bhav sagar se wo kabhi bahar उठ नहीं पाएंगे. But on seeing such offenders who commit offenses through their blasphemy, the Ganges, who takes away one sinful reaction, runs away from them rather than destroying their sins. So ऐसे पाप तो गंगा माई क्या करती है? वो खुद भाग जाती है. वो उनका पाप धोना नहीं चाहती है. वो गंगा माई, she changes the course from such people. If the Supreme Lord becomes angry, then Nityananda, who is manifested as the spiritual master. So who is Nityananda? He is the Adi Guru. He has been manifested from Lord Krishna himself, can remove the Lord's anger. But if one commits an offense at the feet of the spiritual master, who is the manifestation of Nityananda, it is extremely difficult to nullify such an offense. It's very important that sometimes people knowingly, unknowingly might say, अरे मुझे क्या रोज भोगा लगाना पड़ रहा है, ये कृष्णा यहाँ बैठे, मुझे कुछ ना कुछ हमने ऑफेंस कर दिया होगा. वो भी ऑफेंस भगवान माफ कर देंगे, मगर गुरु के चरणों पे, गुरु के लिए किसी ने भी ऑफेंस किया, तो इवन Krishna will, nothing can nullify such offense. So one has to be very careful not to do Guru Avagya. And there has been some example in Vrindavan where a very highly placed Babaji also had a very highly placed another disciple who was able to do a lot of sadhana and purify himself and probably get closer to his original Swarupa. He could even participate in the, he could visualize or he could enter into the pastimes of Radha Krishna. But once he I think I've narrated this Leela before. I don't know the names of the Babaji, I've forgotten. But this disciple, once he got bit envious because in one of the programs, a lot of people were visiting the Guru. And this guy says he got a bit envious of his Guru and he doesn't go. And from that time, from his mind, he has blasphemed his Guru for some reason, or he got envious, and he starts falling down. Falling down in a sense, he is no more able to concentrate on his sadhana. He is no more able to enter into the pastimes of Shri Radha Krishna. And then he becomes miserable, and then somebody else comes and points out that you have obviously probably blasphemed your Guru, so go and take apologies from him. So he goes back to his Guru, but Guru says, I can't do anything. You have to redo your sadhana. And then when he again starts doing his sadhana properly, again then he seeks blessings from his Guru. And then after a lot of time gap, he is able to do what he was doing earlier. So that is why it is very, very important not to blaspheme the Guru. 96. वैष्णवेर आदिराज अनंत ईश्वर नित्यानंद Mahaprabhu Seshamahidhara. Lord Nityananda, who is he? He is Ananta Shesh. He is the supreme controller. He is the maintainer of all the universes and he is the king of Vaishnavas. Lord Ananta is described in Matsya Purana as follows. Yasmad Brahma Dayo Deva Munayaschogra Tejas Ahanate astam adigachanti tenanantastvam uchyase. Since the demigods such as Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and the powerful effulgent sages could not reach the end of your glories, therefore, O Lord, you are known as Ananta. So why Ananta is known as Ananta is because the demigods such as Lord Brahma and Shiva and other sages could not reach the end of your glories. So, O Lord, you are also known as Ananta. The Lord ka glory kabhi khatam nahi hota hai, and that is why he is also called as Ananta. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated as follows. यो अनंत शक्तिर भगवान अनंतो महद्गुणात्मत्यम अनंतम आहु. The personality of Godhead, unlimited in potency and transcendental by attributes, is called Ananta. In Srimad Bhagavatam, again it is stated as follows: Na hayantasvad vibhutinam soanta iti ghiyase. Because there is no end to your opulences, you are celebrated by the name Ananta. So Lord is, we have in Brahma Samhita also that verse, right? Somebody remembers? Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Vadami. Where Ananta word comes. Okay, when I remember, I will say. Ananta Shakti Paramo Ananta Virya So Ananta. He who possesses unlimited energies and who is the supreme controller of all controllers and who possesses unlimited strength is also known as Ananta. So Bhagavan ka na Adi hai, na Ant hai. Unka qualities and glories are Ananta. It is like for us to understand, can we measure the dimensions of the sky? The sky starts from where and ends where? No, it is called infinite. Similarly, the Lord's every Leela, everything is Ananta. His glories are Ananta, his opulence are Ananta, his fame is Ananta, his strength is Ananta. Like that, all his six opulence are Ananta, endless. His qualities are Ananta. His pastimes are Ananta.
हरे
ये ते
कृष्ण
के हाँ माता जी बोलिए.
अद्वैतम अच्युतम अनादिम अनंत रूपम आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Is this the one?
Hari Bol. Yes, Mataji, yes. Advaita, mere muh mein Advaita tha, then I was not sure. So good you said. Hari Bol. Ye, so this word, this Brahma Samhita, if you recite every day, frankly speaking, I'm not able to do, although I desire to do this, but Aruna Mataji knows it by heart, and I also know it almost 80-90% by heart, but it is the very auspicious recitation. So Krishna likes the prayers or stuti made by his devotees, and Brahma has himself written this stuti Brahma Samhita. So all of you should learn and recite it daily. It hardly takes probably 8 to 10 minutes or something, and it is one step where you can get closer to Krishna and closer to the both Jagannath Ashtakam and this particular thing can get closer us to our Swarupa Siddhi. ये ते केने नित्यानंद चैतन्येरा नाहे तबु से चरण धना राहु का हृदय. Whatever relationships Nityananda may have with Lord Chaitanya, I still keep his lotus feet within my heart. Vaishnavera paye mora ei manas kama, mora Prabhu Nityananda hau Balarama. I offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of Vaishnavas and pray that Nityananda, who is not different from Balram, may always remain my master. So this is our author of Chaitanya Bhagavat saying that I will remain Nityananda Prabhu will remain always my master. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasa Tachu Pade Yuga Gana. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Dasa, sing the glories of their lotus feet. So then the further chapter again continues. I'll continue. The further chapter is about the glories of Nityananda. So it is again connected to Nityananda Prabhu. So we shall continue. This chapter describes Nityananda's endless childishness, his pastime of swimming in the Ganga, his arrival before Mahaprabhu without clothes on, and Mahaprabhu's dressing of Nityananda. Offering prayers to Nityananda, begging Brahmana underwear from Nityananda, and distribution of Brahmana underwear pieces to all devotees. A narration of Nityananda's glories, the devotees drinking the water that has washed Sri Nityananda's feet, the devotees feeling of agitation by the influence of drinking the water, Mahaprabhu's description of Nityananda's constitutional position, and the glories of his mercy. During the Navadvip pastimes, Nityananda Prabhu constantly remained absorbed in bliss and acted like a young boy. And during the rainy season, everyone became frightened when he fearlessly swam in the crocodile-infested waters of Ganges. Due to love of God, he sometimes remained in an unconscious state for 3 or 4 days. One day, Nityananda came naked before Sri Gaura Sundara in the mood of a child while loudly exclaiming, Nimai Pandita is my Lord. Mahaprabhu laughed and took off the cloth from his own head and put it on Nityananda. Thereafter, the Lord smeared fragrant sandalwood pulp on the body of Nityananda and offered him a flower garland and made him sit in front of him, and then began to offer him praise. Nityananda accepted the service of Mahaprabhu and heard his own open glorification without any agitation. Thereafter, Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda for a kaupina or brahmana underwear, and after tearing it into pieces, that kaupina, which is desirable even by great mystic yogis, he distributed them to the devotees. Lord then instructed the devotees to tie those pieces of cloth on their heads and then described Nityananda's constitutional position and the glories of his mercy. By being ordered by Mahaprabhu, everyone happily tied those pieces of kaupina on their heads. Then Mahaprabhu instructed devotees to drink the water that has washed the feet of Nityananda, and they immediately began to drink that water again and again. The devotees became intoxicated by drinking the water that has washed the feet of Nityananda Prabhu, and their lives became successful. They praised their own good fortune and the sweetness of that water. Being agitated by the love of God as a result of drinking the water from Nityananda's feet, they began to perform Krishna Kirtana in ecstasy. Gaura and Nityananda also joined them and performed Kirtana throughout the day. And after completion of Kirtana, Gaura Sundara sat in the midst of devotees and spontaneously declared, the lotus feet of Nityananda are worshipped by even Lord Shiva and Brahma. So if one exhibits faith and devotion to these lotus feet, he actually exhibits faith and devotion to me also. Anyone who is envious of Nityananda is not dear to me. Rather, simply by touch of air that has touched the body of Nityananda, one attains the mercy of Krishna. And then the devotees chanted Jaya Jaya for this. Jaya Vishwambhara Sarva Vaishnavera Natha Bhakti Diya Jive Prabhu Kara Atamasat. All glories to Vishwambara, the Lord of Vaishnavas. O Lord, please bestow your devotional service on the living entities and deliver them. Hena Leela Nityananda Vishwambara Sange Navadvipe Dui Jane Kare Bahurange. In this way, Lord Nityananda and Lord Vishwambara enjoyed various pastimes in Navadvipa. Lord Nityananda was fully absorbed in transcendental ecstatic love for Krishna, yet he constantly behaved like a young boy. Persons who are intoxicated by material happiness do not possess any information about the happiness derived from Krishna's service. Since Lord Nityananda was fully intoxicated by ecstatic love for Krishna, he constantly displayed the characteristics of a small boy. People who are intoxicated by material enjoyment deviate from the principle of simplicity by taking shelter of worldly deceit. Such material conceptions were never found in the characteristics of Nityananda. So here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the purport is writing that the materialistic people, for them, if you ask them, what is the goal of life? So it so happened that Srila Prabhupada in America went to a company called Dai Nippon. You might have heard this name. And the chairman of the company or the CEO of the company was sitting across the table. Srila Prabhupada was sitting. He asked him, what is the goal of your life? And the chief of Dai Nippon, he was having a stack of business cards. So he took his card from the bottom and he just took it and put it on the top of all the pack of cards. So he says, this is what I want to be. So it is understood that what he said was, I want to be on top of all these business people who are stacked up on my table. So so it is also said that you will know the person whom you are meeting is materialistic minded or spiritually inclined when you ask him what is your goal of life. All that you have to ask is आपको जीवन में क्या करना है, इतना आप पूछ लीजिए, आप सब कुछ जान लेंगे उसके बारे में कि ये आदमी मेटलिस्टिक है या ये आदमी को थोड़ा बहुत आप भगवत गीता भागवतम कुछ बोल सकते हैं, आप उसको इनवाइट कर सकते हैं कार्तिक में, ये आपको पता चल जाएगा. So these people have their goal. What do they take the shelter of? The worldly deceit, which means ये दुनिया में जो भी illusory चीज है, ओके मैं इस कंपनी का ये लेवल में पहुंच गया रीजनल मैनेजर, अब मुझे ग्लोबल मैनेजर बनना है, अब मैं इसको ओन करना है. या फिर कोई और है तो वो बोलेगा नहीं मुझे ये बॉलीवुड के एक्टर एक्ट्रेस की तरह जाना है. तो आजकल इंडिया में एवरीबॉडी इज अ यूट्यूब ब्लॉगर. Whether they do anything in life or not, they think that by seeing their personal lives, the world will change, everybody will subscribe, and they make this free money. And this has all started with the COVID, when people had nothing much to do and they were all locked up in their homes. The media explosion took another direction in our country. So these materialistic minded people who are completely intoxicated by the materialistic happiness, and they will not be able to derive any happiness which devotees derive from Krishna's service. Shavare dekhiya prita madhura sambhasa apana apani nritya vada gita hasa vadya gita hasa. Nityananda Prabhu spoke sweetly with everyone he saw. He engaged in dancing, singing, playing musical instruments and laughing. Swanubhava स्वानुभाव आनंदे क्षणे करे न हुंकार सुनीले अपूर्व बुद्धि जन्माए सबार Sometimes he roared loudly out of his own ecstasy, and hearing his roar, everyone became struck with wonder. Vara Varasate Gangaye Dehu Kumbhire Vestita Tahate Basaye Tilar Dekha Nahi Bhita. During the rainy season, the waves of Ganges were full of crocodiles, yet Nityananda Prabhu fearlessly floated in those water. सर्वलोक देखी दारे करे हाया हाया तथापि बासेना hasi Nityananda Raya. On seeing him floating in the river which is full of crocodiles, people started crying, alas, alas. But Nityananda Prabhu was very smilingly, happily floating on the water. Anantera bhave Prabhu bhase na gangaya na bhujiyaya sarvaloka kare haya haya. Nityananda Prabhu floated in Ganga in the mood of Ananta. So where is Ananta Shesha lying? Ananta Shesha lying is on the Karnodakshai ocean or the causal ocean, where on the hoods of Ananta Shesha. So he's formed a snake bed, and on the hood of Ananta Shesha are the millions of universes, like mustard seeds, all stacked on his head, and he doesn't even feel the weight of those universes. Not understanding his glories, everyone was lamenting, alas, alas. So Ananta Sesha lies down in the causal ocean. In the same mood, Nityananda Prabhu floated in Ganga by the way of swimming. Those who did not know the glory of Nityananda Prabhu were filled with anxiety. So coming to the word anxiety, we all can, and after this we can stop after I explain this anxiety. We all have enough anxiety in our life. Do anybody wants more material anxiety? Do anybody wants any more anxiety in their life? Can people answer?
No.
Anxieties or अभी और anxiety चाहिए आपको?
स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ में चाहिए मगर मटेरियल लाइफ में नहीं चाहिए.
Okay, Raksha Mataji is opening up another topic on this. So I was going to come there. So please take anxiety for Krishna. So this it's such an important thing that हमारे तो material anxiety तो enough है. We have a girl and a boy and the girl का क्या worry रहता है उसके parents का, हम कब इसकी शादी कराएं. Boy का क्या रहता है कब इसकी नौकरी मिलेगा, कब इसकी हम शादी कराएं. Once they get married, parents का anxiety अलग, वो जिनका शादी हुआ उनका anxiety अलग. And then they will think how I settle down, how I get kids, and when they get kids, which school I put. These are no less. So anxiety comes from the responsibilities they have. So ask any parent कि बड़ी आपको anxiety कितना है, वो बोलेंगे भाई हमारे एक बच्चा है but इतना anxiety है कि हमको बस हो गया. So this is that as you get the responsibility, you have the anxiety. So in other words, the more responsibility you take, you also have anxiety. But do we need to do the anxiety for our material thing? Because Lord provides everything to everyone. So instead of taking material anxiety, you should leave that to Krishna. You just give good samskar to your children, but take anxiety for Krishna. ये कार्तिक मास है, मैं मेरे घर में कैसे दीपदान करूंगी, मैं कितने लोगों को बुलाऊंगी, उनके लिए मैं क्या बनाऊंगी. सो गिव प्रसाद. प्रसाद से प्यूरिफिकेशन होता है. सो आपके नेबर्स को, आपके फ्रेंड्स को, जिनको थोड़ा भी इंक्लिनेशन है धर्म की तरफ, आप उनको बुलाइए. टेक मटीरियल, टेक कृष्णा, एंजाइटी फॉर कृष्णा. So Mataji used to continuously tell us, take anxiety, take fire on your head. So one day I had some dream and I asked Mataji, I saw some fire in my dream, or I saw one flood. I saw some, I'm seeing there is a wave of flood coming near me and I'm standing on an embankment. So I asked the meaning and she explained me. So we all have to take anxiety for Krishna. So when we take anxiety for Krishna, so like in ISKCON congregations will say, okay, you become the fundraiser, and you say, oh my God, what will I do now? You say, no, do tapasya, get funds, otherwise how will we conduct program? No, we are not doing this. We are not running a restaurant or something, but we are giving the Golokera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan to people. So the more sukruti you are able to give to others, there has been hordes of people who will be able to go back to their original home. This is not our original home. So that is the purpose of Srila Prabhupada's movement, who took so much anxiety for all of us. And because of Prabhupada's anxiety, he wanted to preach the holy name, which has been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So yesterday I started with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that class, and पृथ्वी चे आते एते नगरादिग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार होवे मोरो नाम. So Mahaprabhu himself, who is he? He's Krishna, came in Radharani mood, looking for Krishna, and he gave that holy name of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to everybody. So had Mahaprabhu not come, what would have happened? Yadi Gaura na hoye to tabe ki hobe. We know that this beautiful song has been written. And yadi Prabhupada na hoye be, tabe ki hobe. His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj then wrote a song for Srila Prabhupada. And if Prabhupada had not taken anxiety, what is Guru told? Go and preach in the West. And today, Indians used to always sing, and Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur knew that आप Indians को preach करोगे वो सुनने वाले नहीं है. अगर West में कुछ होता, what was the time of that time era? We used to copy the West. British rule was going on. Whatever the Britishers do, we will copy. If the Westerners are wearing a particular cloth, we will immediately copy, and that becomes a fashion. So Bhakti Saraswati Thakur knew the mood of the people, because British were just on their way out at that time. They had put 200 years of influence on our Indian people, changed our culture, and then he said, go and preach in the West. Prabhupada took so much anxiety at the age of 69, when most of us will not even move out of our house. He went on a cargo ship, went to Boston, and there he suffered immeasurable anxiety and issues and problem, and the League of Devotees, or the ISKCON, was established. ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, was established 50, 55, 51 years ago in as an international society. So it is not meant for just one particular community, but this Sanatan Dharma is to be spread to everyone. And those white-bodied people, when they came and danced, and the first meeting at Cross Maidan, Srila Prabhupada held a katha. That is where two more great Swamijis joined the movement. One is His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, and another His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj entered that Cross Maidan, and they became such good, now they are our Vartaman Guru. And 20,000 people turned just because the flyers were put, the posters were put, and people saw the white body people in dhoti, kurta with shaven head and shikha, and having japamala and chanting and playing kartals. So what we do, we want to copy the West. If West is doing intermittent fasting, we want to do intermittent fasting. Why? Our Vedic civilization didn't teach us anything. In olden days, people used to have one meal in at around 11 o'clock in the morning, and the next meal would be just before sunset, around 5 or before 6. That is it. So what is the intermittent fasting? It is now just copying all we had, and then putting new names, and putting and topophing on us, and then asking money for the same thing. So we have to stick to our culture, and we have to feel that we are so fortunate to be born in Bharata Bhumi. So जन्म सार्थक, लेट्स डू आवर ओन लाइफ सार्थक करो, अपना लाइफ सार्थक करो, और कर पर उपकार. सो जो आपको मिला है आप दूसरों को भी बांटो, तो दूसरे का भी लाइफ सार्थक हो. सो this is the anxiety Srila Prabhupada took. So we have to take the anxiety to give Krishna to others. Nothing is Shashvat. What is Shashvat? Only our spiritual activity which we do is Shashvat. Baki sab Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. So if you know, when you do bhakti, when you keep on progressing in bhakti, you will get closer and closer to your original Swarupa. And if the 11 characteristics of your Swarupa are known, then you reach deathlessness. In this life, you reach deathlessness, which means you are living in this body as a spirit soul. You know your Swarupa, and then when the time comes, you are continuing in this Swarupa. Then this body doesn't matter. Srila Prabhupada said, in this lifetime, the Guru can create deathlessness for you. So similarly, we have to all take anxiety for Krishna, take anxiety how we can give Krishna to others, and how we can have small satsangs or small groups where we can talk about Krishna to whichever small circle of people you have, and you will not know how Krishna and Guru will help you to expand the circle, and people will be coming and eagerly listening to you of what you speak. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. Dandot Pranam. Any questions or comments, please? So yeah, if no questions, we'll end here. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyo kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Dandot
Hare
pranam.
Krishna.